I'm just setting up a B-roll shoot for this camera, the Nikon ZR. So I thought I'd just bring you along for the ride, just show you the setup, show you what I'm thinking, and then show you the shots that I managed to capture at the end. So the first thing I need is the camera that I'm going to be filming the B-roll with. I'm going to be using the Sony a7S III for this, and I'm going to be using a slider. So this is the iFootage slider. I'll just put links to all this stuff in the description so I don't have to keep explaining the model numbers and stuff, because I'll probably forget them off the top of my head as well. So the setup is going to be the slider filming the camera, and I'm also going to be using the DJI RS2 combined with the slider so I can get full motion control, which is really cool. But first thing I need to do is find a quick release plate for this camera. I seem to have lost it. I really do need to tidy up the place. Just going to see if this plate from the RS4 Mini is going to work. Yep, I think that will do the job. So what I need to do is start off by getting this plate on here, and then I need to get this onto the gimbal to balance it before we attach the gimbal to the slider, because we want the smoothest possible motion control that we can get. One of the great features about the newer DJI gimbals is that they've got the auto locking mechanisms for the axes, which just makes things so much quicker sometimes. All right, this is clearly not balanced. I remember the first time I started using gimbals and balancing and everything, and it just took so long, but now once you do it a few times, it kind of gets a little bit easier and quicker, assuming that the things actually move where you want them to. I've already fitted this adapter, which adapts the RS2 to the iFootage slider. Take the battery thing off of the RS2, and then it just clicks into place. And then you just use this cable to connect the RS2 gimbal up to the slider, and that basically gives it power and control, so you don't need to use apps or anything like that. And this then goes to the adapter. You don't think this is perfectly balanced, but we'll see how we get on. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see if we can get a smooth shot. Got to be quick today. Power on the slider, and we'll see if everything is ready to go. So the nice thing about the slider setup that I'm using, especially when you use it with the RS2 as well, is that you don't have to use an app or anything. You can just program everything on the little LCD on this slider and move everything by hand, set up your keyframes. So it's like super quick and efficient. What I need to do now is work out a way of getting the subject, in this case it's the Nikon ZR, just a little bit higher against that backdrop, just to give us a bit more options. So I'm going to try not using a candle. I'm going to try using just this case, and it would be quite nice actually to really start to make this whole process more efficient. I'd like to get some, I don't know, some different bits of wood and platforms and things like that, because this is kind of the thing I want to make even more efficient in the future. All right, now once I've enabled push mode on everything, I can literally move this thing around, move the slider left and right, and then move the camera on the gimbal, because the gimbal's got push mode enabled as well, and then I can start to frame up the shots. I'm going to be using S-Log3 for this shoot, and the base ISO for that is 640 on this camera. You can see on the screen I can literally just move this around. Don't know why I said literally, but I can literally move this around. That is super quick and easy setup. Next, I'm going to set up all the lighting and get the shots. I'll put those on screen for you in a minute. Please subscribe for more videos on how to make better videos. I'm Jason Roberts, and I'll see you in the next one, and enjoy this epic B-roll or something.